It doesn't feel like control at first. No shouting, no rules, no threats, just the slow realization that certain choices aren't worth the reaction anymore. And one day, something uncomfortable hits you. You didn't lose freedom. You gave it away quietly. Most people believe control in relationships is loud. They picture arguments, dominance, or obvious manipulation. But the most powerful form of control is silent. It hides in tone, in emotional reactions, in the things you stop saying, and the choices you stop making. This kind of control is rarely intentional. Often, the person doing it doesn't even realize it's happening. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to spot silent control while it's happening, not years later, when the damage is already done. Silent control doesn't arrive as commands. It arrives as disappointment, as withdrawal, as subtle emotional shifts you learn to anticipate. A partner sighs when you bring something up. They grow distant when you express certain opinions. They become warmer when you agree, quieter when you don't. Nothing is said directly, but the message lands anyway. Over time, your brain adapts. You choose the option that keeps peace. Not because you were told to, but because conflict feels unsafe. This is where control begins. Not with force, but with conditioning. The human brain has one primary goal: safety. Not happiness, not truth, not freedom, safety. When your brain senses emotional tension, it looks for the fastest way to reduce it. And if compliance works once, it remembers. Gradually, patterns form. Agreeing brings calm. Disagreeing brings distance. Silence brings stability. Eventually, these patterns run automatically. You don't think, "I should stay quiet." You just do. This is emotional autopilot. And once autopilot is active, control no longer requires effort. Silent control shows up in ordinary moments. It looks like rewriting a text message 3 times before sending it. It looks like rehearsing how to bring something up, then deciding it's not worth it. It looks like saying it's fine when it isn't, because explaining yourself feels heavier than staying quiet. You hesitate before speaking. You feel guilt for prioritizing yourself. You explain decisions that don't need explaining. Not because your partner demands it, but because your nervous system anticipates reaction. The most effective control doesn't restrict your actions. It changes what you consider an option. Not all control is malicious. Some people learned early that emotional withdrawal keeps them safe. Others learned that guilt secures closeness. Some learned that subtle pressure works better than conflict. These patterns often operate below awareness, but unintentional control still has consequences, because impact matters more than intent. And when one person slowly adapts while the other remains unchanged, the balance of power shifts quietly. People don't give up autonomy all at once. They surrender it in fragments. Preference here, a boundary there, an opinion left unspoken. Each moment feels small, but together they rewrite identity. And when awareness finally arrives, it often sounds like this: "I don't recognize myself anymore." That's the cost of silent control. Control survives on silence, not because someone demands it, but because it feels safer than resistance. The moment you notice yourself shrinking to keep peace, something important is happening. That awareness isn't a threat to love. It's the beginning of honesty. And honesty, even when it's uncomfortable, is where real connection actually begins. If this perspective helped you see relationships more clearly, subscribe for more psychology and human behavior insights, because understanding the mind is how freedom quietly begins. Hit the subscribe button for more videos like